Welcome to the I Ching Cafe. My name is Belinda Dubston, and it is wonderful that you're here with me for our weekly overview for the week commencing the 13th of February 2022. And if you are celebrating love in Valentine's week, I wish you love in whatever format you would like it to arrive into your life. So, last week, our attention was drawn to Hexagram 10, treading, how we make our way, this power that's in front of us, that we are following, that we are activating, and our task is to pitch to that power, to show up and to state our case, but do so with kindness and caution and humility as we embrace the power and we step into it. We also had Hexagram 61, Centered Truth, promising that we can get some meaningful progress this week if we align our insides and our outsides, we take off the masks, we get to some kind of inner truth, we connect with something meaningful that's internal, and we connect our inside and our outside lives up, creating congruency. So for you, what was the inner truth, the awareness, perhaps the big aha that came to you in an area that perhaps you had not seen truth for what it was? And for you, what was the path you were walking? What was the evidence coming into your life that the path you are on has power if you can walk it carefully and confidently? Right, so do share a comment if anything came up for you related to that. Now, let's get into this week. What is the I Ching asking us to pay attention to in this week, the 13th of February? Our first hexagram, I'm sorry to say, is a stop. A blockage, because it's hexagram 39, obstacle, obstruction. This hexagram, we know it well, is the story of a path. That's our path. Perhaps that's the path we were treading last week in hexagram 10. And we're coming along the path and we're merry, coming around the mountain. You can sing if you want. And here is this giant boulder. It's been a rock fall. The rocks have all tumbled down the mountain, and here, boom, giant boulder blocking the path. What you might be tempted to do is think, right, all I need to do is I need to put my back into it, get my shoulder, maybe even get a stick, and start shoving this obstacle out of the way. And that is not what this development process is about. Because remember, with each of the hexagrams, they bring us a lesson or an area of our life where we need to develop or grow up, where we need to mature, right? Like good red wine. We need to mature our ability to work with this particular flow. And so this week, we are learning how to mature how we deal with obstruction. Obstruction could be a project taking forever or not getting greenlit, or a client not being available, or things just, not moving, all right? Some kind of stop, obstacle, things not working, that bring things to a stop. Now, this hexagram is different to what we had with hexagram 12, standstill, where that was, the energy is just a stop, right? There's nothing you can do about it. It's not your fault, just chill. Here, we have to find a way around the problem. So what we are maturing is our ability to find creative ways to solve our obstacle, what's come to a stop, in a new way, number one. Number two is to be able to ask for help. I know this is very difficult for me to do, and so perhaps this will be your challenge for this week, that the obstacle means that you have to ask others for help. You have to draw on your community, your helpers, your colleagues, your family, your spouse. You have to help others, and you can imagine how we all give each other a leg up, and this one goes there and that one builds that, and before you know it, you have managed to surpass and overcome the obstacle in the road. But we must be able to ask for help. And so this week, it's quite simple. When you find that obstacle, when you are cruising along and something comes and brings you to a stop, all the obstacles in front of you and you can't overcome it, your task is to just step back for a moment, and look at this obstacle and say, right, what are all the creative solutions that I have not thought about that could help me overcome this blockage? And who are the people who could help me do this? Who are in my circle that I can call upon, who have experience in this, or can just provide some cheering from the side. Sometimes it's just about having some positive reinforcement. Who do we know who can help us overcome this? And in so doing, we mature our ability to overcome the problem. Now, for this week, there are 2 changing lines in the 2nd and the 5th position. So let's have a look at how these changing lines might give us something specific to work through. And so in the 2nd position, this changing line says, there are lots of challenges. Okay, just accept that in this situation, what you're trying to do, in this particular thing that pops up into your awareness this week, there are lots of challenges. And there's a sense here with this changing line, what it's saying is these challenges are not your fault. And in a way, you therefore have permission to tackle them, okay? Because if the reason that the boulder is in the path is because we have manifested that, okay? We are here to learn something. We have created the obstacle. Then we have to be very careful about how we find our way around this obstacle, because the obstacle has come to bring us the maturing of finding the creative way around it and to get helpers, okay? In this case, though, some of these challenges, some of the kind of difficulties that are emerging, right, are not our fault. And therefore, we have permission to tackle them, okay? So the advice on this line is still your beating heart. Calm down, take a deep breath, okay? And keep moving forward. Just sift through things one at a time, tackle the issues and the challenges, still your beating heart. Okay, so calm down, it's not your fault, but we need to now reach out and overcome the obstacles. Okay, so part of the week is a particular pop of change that brings your awareness to where these issues that are coming at you, okay? There might be big issues this week. There might be small little niggling things. Where these things come at you, okay, where might they be not really your fault? They're environmental issues. They're other people's stuff, okay? We often get bombarded with a whole lot of issues from people's own dramas, okay? Not our stuff. We just need to still our hearts, calm the mind, meditate, whatever's your technique of just getting back to your center. Just tackle one thing at a time. Okay, you can do that. In the 5th position, this changing line says, despite that you might feel, oh, there are so many challenges, okay, this is really difficult, this is an obstacle, what am I going to do? Don't give up. Okay, help is coming. And I can hear in the distance the hooves, okay, the cavalry's coming. So there's something around this process where in line 5, our 2nd changing line for this week, that if you're feeling, oh, there's challenges, don't give up. This is the message. This is the pop of change. Help is coming. It's not yet here, but you can hear the rumblings of it down the road, okay? Just be patient. The help is coming to get you through this challenge. Okay, so our 2 changing lines, very interesting. One is a whole lot of challenges. Acknowledge that there are lots of challenges. It doesn't mean that you're doing the wrong thing. You know, sometimes we make this idea that if I'm facing challenges, it means that I'm in the wrong thing, and that might be the case. But with this hexagram, there are lots of challenges. With this changing line, there are challenges, okay? We accept it, we recognize it, we see that some of these issues are not ours, and so on those fronts, we go and tackle them and we overcome them. We still our mind, we calm the heart, and we also realize that the help is coming, okay? It might not be here, but you can hear the hooves on the horizon, drumming, drumming, drumming. The cavalry is coming. So where do these flows of energy lead us to this week? Our 2nd hexagram, our 2nd flow of change that sits as a parallel theme for this whole week is hexagram 46, pushing upward. Oh, this is a wonderful hexagram. This is a hexagram. If you look at the structure, all right, we have earth, and underneath the earth we have wind wood. This is a little plant that is growing up and pushing out towards the light, okay? It is a symbol of growth. The plant, the little seed, the little shoot that is trying to find the light is searching to grow, okay? Its main quest in life is to grow, grow, grow. And that is the case for us too. And so this tells the story of an opportunity, if we are willing to put in the effort of making some wonderful growth this week, okay? We have got these obstacles, but it's coupled with this opportunity to grow if we can tackle the obstacles in the superior person position, in the masterly way, okay, as a mature red wine, okay. And so we focus on this growth. We see that to maximize this growth, how we get the value out of this hexagram is that we put in the effort, and the effort gets rewarded. So brace yourself for this week, for a hard-working week, but it's worth it. It's hard work that makes you feel good. You know, if we're doing physical labor, we're doing something out in the sun, and we are working, all right, and we are sweating and we're putting in the effort, and there's this huge payoff because we were able to do that. It's rewarding. It might be hard, but it's rewarding work. So this week, be prepared to work. Wherever you feel lazy, put that aside. There is no time for lazy this week. We have got obstacles to overcome. We've got issues to deal with. We have got growth to do. This plant wants the light. It wants to get somewhere this week. And let us give it what it wants. Let us put our shoulder into it. Let's do the work. Let's show up. And let's really put in the center of our week, what is the one thing that we could push our energy towards, where we could work hard to move things forward, to reach that light. I know what mine is for this week. So good luck for this week. Please like, share, and subscribe. And of course, I will see you on the socials, and I will see you at our next weekly episode. Until then, happy growing and happy obstacle moving.